John Ebeling, Florida Southern College, voted the Sunshine State Conference's all-time top men's basketball player for the first 25 seasons. John Ebeling led the Moccasins to 3 straight NCAA Division II Final Fours, including an NCAA Division II National Championship in 1981, and was named the MVP of that game. The Mocs' all-time leading scorer with 2,514 points and all-time rebounder with 1,362. Ebeling holds 15 school records. The 1982 NCAA Division II Player of the Year, Ebeling was selected to the All-Tournament team in 80, 81, and 82. The only player ever honored in 3 consecutive years. He was named to the NCAA Division II 50th Anniversary Team. John Ebeling, Florida Southern College and inductee into the 2016 class of the Small College Basketball Hall of Fame.
Please welcome to the stage 2016 Hall of Fame inductee from Florida Southern, John Ebeling.
How's everybody doing? Well, I'm going to change that in a second. So, I live in Europe, and I flew in 2 days ago. And I just thought I'd mention that to you because I spoke to my wife before I was coming over. And she said, well, where you going? How's it going to go? I said, I hope it's going to go well. Well, what do you have to do? I said, well, I have to go over and say a couple words and be presented. And I said, oh, that doesn't sound bad. And I said, well, they have me speaking after Dr. Burnett. And she said, well, who's that? I said, you wouldn't believe this guy's story. I'm talking about a highly educated individual, and they're going to find out I'm a moron. So, anyway, she said, well, blame it on jet lag. So I'm telling you now, I got jet lag. Listen, the first thing I need to do is thank John McCarthy. And he really, the thing he just did tonight is just a big step in the right direction for small college basketball. From here on out, all players that play in small college basketball throughout the United States have a goal to shoot for, and it's just a great event, and I really appreciate being part of it. I'll be quick because I see some people falling asleep. I'm just very grateful and thankful, and there are people that were in my life during my growing up and going to college, and that's the reason I'm here, because they decided to be part of my life. And I just briefly and quickly, I need to mention them. When I was growing up, I grew up on the outskirts of Trenton, New Jersey. In our household, you were considered, my parents were very direct. They said, listen, you're a junior in high school. Next year, when you get out of high school, you have to make a decision what you're going to do. And my parents gave us 3 choices. You could get a part-time job, continue your education, and they will feed me and let me sleep in their house. I can get a full-time job and pay rent and sleep and eat in their house. Or you can get a full-time job, get out, and do whatever you want. This was, my parents, I love them to death, and they loved all of us to death, but this was that kind of a, how do you call it, the hard love. So, knowing that, my senior year, I went through my senior year of high school with a little pressure on my shoulders because I had no idea what I was going to do. I said, that deal about sitting on the couch and watching TV after school, I guess that's not an option. So, and then I met the first guy that I would have to say influenced me with this snowball effect in my whole career, and that was Pete Leonard. He was the assistant coach at the high school, and one day, speaking to him, he asked me, well, what are you going to do after you finish high school? I said, listen, I have no idea. And he said, well, why don't you try to go to college and play basketball? I said, I have no money to go to college and play basketball. We are 5 siblings, and my dad wasn't making that much money. And he said, well, I'll tell you what, I see you as a diamond in the rough, and if you come work out with me every day after school, we can try to reach that goal. So, and I'm telling you, this guy was nuts. Every day after school, you're a diamond in the rough. Go get it. Jump on the ball. Run. So the whole time I worked on that, and then the next person in my life was the head coach, because obviously he was working on a diamond in the rough, but the guy who had to put me in the game was Jake Tarr. And he went out of his way to do as much as he could for me. And I'll tell you, I was not, my junior year in high school, I was not a pretty sight. I was a good athlete, but basketball-wise, I was not very good. And after that came around when, after my senior year, I met Coach Whistle because he got a phone call from Jackie Bell, who was in the New Jersey area. He said, I think you should come up and take a look at this kid. And then I talked to Coach Whistle, who recruited me out of Florida Southern College. And the same discussion was, well, I see you, John, I see you as a diamond in the rough. I said, wait a second. A diamond in the rough? I was a diamond in the rough a year ago. I didn't polish anything off of that diamond in a whole year. So I took all the information back to Mom and Dad and talked to Pete Leonard, who was the first guy. And he says, well, John, you have to make a decision. What do you want to be? Do you want to be the big fish in the little pond, or do you want to be the little fish in a big pond? I said, okay, well, wait a second. First you told me diamond in the rough, and I'm still diamond in the rough. Now you're telling me big fish, big pond isn't an option. So I'm wondering where I'm going with this basketball career anyway. Anyway, I chose Florida Southern College. And him and Wes Aldridge, who was the assistant coach there, just did a marvelous job. I got a great education. It's a great school, and our fans are here, and the players are here also. But the fans are here, and they're just great people down there. And if I have to suggest any schools for your children or grandchildren, that's the place you want to go. Saying all that, I'll say the last thing quickly. I'm probably going over my time. It's that team, for me to be standing here, it's not a single award, because to get something like this, you have to have a team around you. When I was at college, and that team, everyone on that team accepted their role. And I happened to be the go-to guy. But this award goes to all of them. And the last person I'll mention of that is the captain of that team that won the championship was Cesar Rodeo. And we lost Cesar to leukemia in August, but that was the toughest guy I ever knew in basketball, besides Luke Jackson that I met the other day. Cesar worked me every day. He was a backup center. He pushed me every day, and God bless him wherever Cesar is right now. Just God bless him that I was able to be part of his life. Once again, thank John McCarthy. I'd like to say I lost my dad 2 years ago, and he would be sitting in the back with a very big smile on his face right now. So I just to leave and say, Dad, this one's for you, and thanks, everyone. I appreciate it.